Hey guys, and welcome to Crown of Glory Hair. It's Davina here, and today I'm going to give you tips on how to keep your hair straight for longer. So if you're interested, then stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so I know that a lot of you get your hair done at a salon and you want to keep your hair straight longer. So I decided to do this video. So I want to give you guys some tips, and even some tips for hairstylists, because if you're a newbie, you might not know why your silk press when you do on others, or if you're doing it on yourself, why it might not be lasting as long as it can. So I'm gonna give you guys some tips. So tip number one is that it all starts at the shampoo bowl. So when you know that you're gonna get silk pressed, or you're going to do a silk press on someone else, you want to give a thorough shampoo. So shampoo is just a wash, like you wash your hair with shampoo. You do not want to use co-wash, and you do not want to use a shampoo that's too mild. I mean, it could be mild because you don't want it to be drying, but you don't want to use something that's a co-wash, or something that's just for curls. You want to use something that's going to be a little bit more intense, a little bit more invigorating. So you want to use a shampoo that may have keratin in it, a shampoo and conditioner that has keratin in it, sulfate, and make sure that it's sulfate based. Now, some sulfate free shampoos do cleanse well enough for you to use them, but we want to just stick with this because to be on the safe side, because all sulfate shampoos are not the same. So I would recommend to use a sulfate shampoo when washing the hair or shampooing the hair for a silk press. And you definitely want to give it a good cleanse twice. So you want to focus on the scalp, making sure you remove any debris, and then you want to focus on the hair as well, at least on the shaft, so that it can remove any buildup. Because if you ever use grease, any type of heavy product, shea butter maybe, any lock products or twisting products, gels, you want to be able to remove all of it. And if you use a very light shampoo, it's not going to get that gunk out, and that's the key to getting a good silk press. Because if you still have some gunk left in your hair, then you're not going to get the best results. Like, it's going to just weigh your hair down, or it's either going to be weighed down or poofy. So make sure you give yourself a good shampoo with sulfate. And then you want to use a good conditioner. So you can use a fortifying conditioner, or you can use a conditioner that has keratin in it, a conditioner that has some protein in it. And moisture is good too, but you want to, I would recommend a balance of both. If you're just going to do a regular conditioner, because you don't want your hair to get, for the moisture outside to absorb in your hair. So I would recommend getting a mix, like something that has keratin or protein in it. Plus your hair is going to need that too, because you're going to be breaking down different bonds with the flat iron if you're using a flat iron. So yeah. And you can also do a treatment too. I like the Wella Brilliance line of deep treatments for when I'm about to do a press. It's really good. I actually got this recommendation from Janae Mickles here on YouTube, and of course it's really good if you have color treated hair. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that you blow out your hair thoroughly. So you want to make sure that you use a good blow dry brush, or a blow up brush. So some people here is like loose enough to use a round brush. I mean, some people even do on like kinky hair too, but for me, if I do like highly textured hair, I like to use my vent brush, and I'm going to show you guys that. I like to use that, and I like to use a lot of the highest air pressure on the blow dryer, and more than likely I'll use high heat. My blow dryer, it gets hot enough. It doesn't get too hot like some salon, like some blow dryers can. So I've never seen any heat damage in any of my clients, any of my returning clients. So you want to use a good blow dryer and use a good brush, and make sure that you dry your hair thoroughly. So making sure that it's stretched out, and making sure that you get the roots, because it'd be hard to get the roots sometimes when you have texture hair. So sometimes your roots can be wet, and that can mess up your silk press as well, because if your roots are wet, then it's just going to get frizzy. You have to make sure the roots are fully dry, and you want it to be stretched out. Another tip is, you know, to use good products. So I'll show you guys some of my products that I use currently for a good silk press. And I also have another video that talks about some of the products that I use too. I still use some of those products in my flat iron video. And then another thing is you want to get a trim. More than likely, almost every time that you get a silk press, you're going to need a trim. So if you didn't come back the next month after you got the first trim, then you probably going to need another trim. So yeah, get a trim when you get your silk press, because stylists do trims, offer trims for you when you do a silk press. It's not just to raise, like, it's not just to increase the ticket bill, but it also you know, it will help to the results of the silk press. So make sure that you get a trim when you get a silk press, because if your ends are like jagged and, you know, you got split ends or it's jagged, you know, you're going to get poofy results. It's not going to flat. It's not going to straighten to the best ability, and it's not going to look good either. It's going to look crazy. So make sure you get that trim. My next advice is for aftercare, and you don't want to keep using a flat iron every day on your hair. When you're at home and you have to take care of your hair on your own after getting your silk press from the salon, or even if you did it yourself, you want to make sure you do some practices. So something you can do, either do pin curls, you could do bantu knots. One of my favorite things to do. I cut my hair recently, so it's not as long, and my hair actually grew longer than that length of that video that I had shows you guys. But my last silk press video. But one thing I used to like to do when I had longer hair was, and I probably could still do this because I still have a longer bob, is roll my hair up into buns, and 2 buns on each side like this, so the other bun will be the same, and go to sleep like that. And that will keep my hair nice, and it would give me like a really nice wave. Another thing you can do if you want more of a curled look, you want it to look a little bit more, you want it to be more curled rather than a wave, is to pin curl your hair. So what you would do is start from the ends and wrap up, and then, you know, it's a little messy, but then pin it in place, either a hairpin or you know, a clip. And then another thing that you could do, which is really common if you want to keep it straight, or you don't want to keep adding more body, you just want to maintain the body, or, you know, you don't care about it dropping. One common thing to do is to wrap your hair around in a circle, and where I'm from, we call that doobies. That's the term that Dominicans use. And if you're from the tri-state area, from Jersey or New York, then you know what a doobie is more than likely. So you want to wrap that around in a circle, in a wrap, and there's plenty of tutorials here on YouTube that can teach you how to do that. And it doesn't have to be perfect for it to work out for you, so don't worry if you don't get the perfect circle. But you can do that and then put a scarf on top, or even one of those clip wraps, the wraps that clip in place, and go to sleep like that. Something else is to make sure you have your hair wrapped before you get in the bath or shower. So you could use any of those methods, pin curls, the buns, or wrap. Just make sure you do that before you get in the bath or shower, and make sure you have your scarf and bonnet on, and then wear a plastic cap on top so that no moisture will get in your hair and no steam will penetrate into your hair either. And make sure to not take off your scarves and stuff until after you leave from the bathroom, because if you like to take steamy hot showers or a hot bath, or you're in like a, you know, jacuzzi or anything like that, that steam can frizz up your hair, just like if it's foggy outside. And then a last tip that I'm going to give you guys is, like, if you notice that it's like foggy outside, my hair will frizz. Oh, it doesn't really do that much now, but my hair used to frizz up so bad when it's like a foggy day. So if you notice that it's foggy, make sure you have your hair covered up. So either put a hood on, or wear something that's going to cover your hair, like maybe put it in a slick back bun or ponytail that day so that your hair won't get too frizzy. Yeah, anything that will cover your hair. The same thing if it's drizzling or raining outside, of course, you cover it. Have your umbrella. Make sure you keep an umbrella handy. I actually need to buy a new umbrella. So yeah, make sure you keep those things handy, especially if you're not driving, you take public transportation or something like that. Make sure you keep these things handy. Guys, I hope that these tips were helpful to you. If they were, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If there's any other tips that you would like to add, you can leave them in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe for more like this. I will be giving more tips about additional things that can help stylists and also can help clients. And I also give a ton of salon education here on this channel, and with a little sprinkle of fashion. I'm trying to get back into fashion too. So be on the lookout for these videos. If you like that type of content, then make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.